traffic stop, and the search of the accused killer's apartment. We want to show you the body camera footage of WSU police officers searching Kohberger's campus apartment after the stabbings of 4 University of Idaho students. Now, that search happened in December of 2022, just about a month after the murders occurred. WSU also released some video of a traffic stop from a month before the murders. Take a listen to Bryan Kohberger's interaction with the officer.
Hello, officer. I am Officer Loangus. Stops being audio and video recorded. I think you know why I stopped you. You ran the red light.
What actually happened was I was stuck in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah,
so
I was behind you the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically you're not supposed to enter the intersection at all for that reason, because if the light turns red, then you're stuck in the intersection, and then you run the red light. So that's the reason I stopped you. Do you have your license on you?
Do you know the
Yep.
entrance to Johnson, that street?
Thank you. Do you have the registration and insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember where you previous to Yeah, so if like, you know that light?
Let me just get this for you out.
Just before it?
You what?
I'm just gonna get this out for you.
Okay.
That street. What?
So would you explain that to me a little bit further? So in Pennsylvania, when you're stuck like in their intersection, you have to make the left. So what would the appropriate thing for me to have done be? Just
You're
back up
not
in
supposed
that
to
situation?
block an intersection like that in Washington. So just by you blocking the intersection, that's technically a ticketable violation. And then then you're running a red light. So it's another ticketable offense. So you're not supposed to proceed into the intersection until you can go. Because a lot of people do what you just did, right? Is like you're sitting in the intersection waiting, and then turns, and then you're blocking, so.
Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion with speeding because someone had stopped. I wasn't sure what they were doing, and then they put on their light to turn. So I thought that maybe they were letting me go through.
Oh.
Did you see that?
No.
I feel like right before I made the turn, there was someone who made a right. And they didn't have their signal on, so I wasn't sure if they were just waiting.
Yeah, so I would just advise just don't enter the intersection until you can go so you don't get stuck. Let's see.
But in that situation, the best thing to do then would be back up and not.
I don't know if there's a best thing to do in that situation, because you're either going to back up into somebody or you're going to run a red light. So, or you're going to be sitting in an intersection.
Yeah.
There's not really a great option there.
Yeah, I was just slightly into the crosswalk, so. Where I'm from Pennsylvania, we actually don't have like crosswalks.
Oh,
so even if you're kind of slightly, there's a little bit more leeway as well. Like there are a few lines. Like there's one white line and there's another one. Like there's like a certain margin from which you can actually kind of put your vehicle, place your vehicle.
Yeah. So I know laws vary state to state, but there is a law in Washington for blocking an intersection like that, proceeding through when you don't. When you're just stalling. I forget the actual verbiage. I can find it for you, but it's like stalling, blocking an intersection.
Yeah, I'm just curious about the law. I don't mean to.
Oh no, yeah, I can find it for you. Yeah. One second. That looks good on a Hyundai. I don't see Pennsylvania registration like at all. Okay, let's see. Expires November 22nd or 2022.
One of those is actually.
Yeah, okay, that looks good. I'll hand that back to you. I'm just going to go check your info. I'll try to find that RCW, the law for you, and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so I found it. So I don't know what in Pennsylvania where you go to find laws, but in Washington it's called the Revised Code of Washington. So I'll try to turn my brightness up, but it's just called an RCW, so it's RCW 46.61.202, so it's no driver shall enter an intersection unless there is significant space on the other side of the intersection. To accommodate the vehicle, he is operating without obstructing the passage of other vehicles, despite any traffic control signal indications to proceed. So you had a green light, So you're thinking you can go, but you're blocking the intersection.
Yeah.
So that's, if you're ever curious in any laws in Washington, just Revised Code of Washington. So I'm not writing a ticket or anything like that today. I understand you're from Pennsylvania, but in the future, don't proceed through the intersection. You can't get stopped for that alone unless you can clearly just clear it right away.
Okay.
So
that basically, I understand.
you're just supposed to wait behind the white line. Drivers do it all the time, but
It never even occurred to me that that was actually something wrong, but well, except for the fact that I was blocking the crosswalk, which is what I went through.
And states vary a lot from laws. Like Pennsylvania might not even have that law, but in Washington we do.
I'm actually just from a very rural area, so we just don't have crosswalks.
Oh.
Unless I visit an area where there are crosswalks,
Gotcha.
and then it's not very frequent.
Yeah.
I do apologize if I was asking you too many questions about the law. I wasn't trying to
No, not at all. Like I understand you're not from here, so if you don't, a lot of people don't know a bunch of laws. Like I only know it because this is what I do. But yeah, if you're ever curious on any more laws, just RCW, and they can be hard to read because it's in like legal language. But hope that helps.
Definitely.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Definitely, you too.
Thanks.
Now, that traffic stop we just watched there was cited in a probable cause affidavit for Kohberger's arrest. And both of those videos were released after public records requests were made from various media outlets. Boy, he talked his way out of that ticket, didn't he? And he was very polite with the officer, wasn't he? Let's talk about this some more. Tweet us your thoughts right now. Let me bring in my guest, criminal defense attorney Joe Tamburino. Joe, what'd you think watching that, please?
Well, yes, he's intelligent. He obviously knows his way around police. He was very respectful. He was very deferential. He basically was like, look, I'm from out of town, and sure, give me a ticket, but I really want to know what I did wrong. I'd like to learn better for the future. I mean, this is going to be great evidence, I think, for the prosecution in his trial. Why? Because it gives them two things. One is he's not insane. This person is obviously functioning in society and is able to deal with police officers and other people. Second, it shows that he could be manipulative, that he could talk his way out of things. I would use this completely if I was the prosecutor in their case.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you, Joe. Let's look at it from the other side, because as you know, as the great trial attorney that you are, you know how to look at everything from both angles, or multiple angles, I should say. And for the defense, this could be helpful too, right? He is so polite. We're not seeing this raging maniac that the state of Idaho is saying committed these 4 homicides.
Yes, that's right. The defense is going to have to use it as, look at this person's character, look at his being. I mean, he's not a person that's just going to kill 4 people, brutally murder them. Sure, but remember, that's in almost every type of murder case. And, you know, we've seen it so many times where someone says, well, there's no motive, even though motive's not an element of a crime, because this person really had no axe to grind against the victim. Look at how this person was a month before. So, yes, from the defense side, you're always going to raise that, but it's basically one of the arguments that they're going to use.
Right. Joe, I'm curious, you know, we talk a lot, you're one of my favorite guests, as you know, and with this case in this prelim that's coming up in June, I'm curious, do you think this is to Bryan Kohberger's advantage to have a preliminary hearing, or do you think it would be more advantageous for him to waive it, have his counsel and her investigators continue gathering evidence, and then fight it down the line?
With a high-profile case like this, they're going to have the preliminary hearing, and here's why. Whenever you have a case where there's so much on the line, like a case like this, you're going to utilize every tool that you have. And one of those tools is going to be challenging probable cause. You're going to try anything you can for your client because the stakes are so high. So yes, I don't think much is going to come out of the preliminary hearing, but of course you're going to do it anyway.
And do you think it's smart for the defense to do it so publicly? Because we know cameras will be there, court TV will be there, courties around the world are going to be watching this one. I might be the cheese that stands alone on this one, but I just keep thinking if I was repping him, I wouldn't have that hearing. I would keep real quiet because the gag orders are keeping everybody quiet anyways, and do all the investigatory work behind the scenes and then come out with everything that's favorable down the line at trial.
Well, I think I would partly agree with you that I think it's not going to be good for him to be on camera and have this preliminary hearing and to go through all of the evidence. However, I think from the defense side, when you're just trying to protect your client's rights, it's really hard to say we're just going to waive something. Sure, it does happen, but when you look back on the case, especially if he gets convicted of all of these, you know, his appellate attorney is going to say, did you utilize every tool that you had in trying to defend this guy? So yes, the optics are going to be bad for him, but I don't see another alternative.